Welcome back to SwitchCorner. My name is Alex and it's that time of the week again, 10 deals under $10, or of course your local currency, and here I cover eShops in the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. We're just going to get straight to it this week, so hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we will do here. Join our growing family and let's get started. So kicking us off this week, we've got Forgotton Anne. It's a personal favourite when it shows up on the deals page. It's an underappreciated gem that just deserves a whole lot more attention, and if you like your Studio Ghibli-like art style, also think Ni no Kuni, it's absolutely gonna be for you. Now this one, it's telling the tale of Anne. It's a simple puzzle adventure and it follows her on a journey to get back to the human world. You see here, you reside in a world made up of everything that's been forgotten and that comes to life, so think your socks, your toasters, all sorts of random stuff. It's unique, it has a whole lot of heart, and I like this price of 60% off, matching the all-time low. A recent release now then, Party Hard 2, it's back with 50% off. It's an ultra-violent stealth strategy experience. Basically you're a sociopath, you're fed up of noisy partygoers, so you set out to quieten them by, killing them all. Along the way though, you'll uncover a drug ring and all sorts of craziness. It's extremely stylish in its approach though, and it's actually pretty challenging the further you get into it. Like any Hitman style game though, it's all in the approach to kills, and this one for sure has some unique options, whether it's, hands-on or environmental based. What I like with this one though, because of the freedom it gives you, there's a whole lot of reasons to go back and try again. 3000th Duel then, and this is rocking 50% off. It's an action adventure experience. It owes a lot to the Soul series, so think Stamina and then Metroidvanias. It's a little slow to get started, but once the weapons start to reveal themselves and the enemies, it is a fun ride with a solid combat system and also some sizable boss encounters. I really like the visual style then as well. It's this Souls-like 2.5D, but something about it just worked for me personally, and I guess I should point out here, given the influences, it's not the easiest of games. That said though, it's also not the hardest, so don't let that discourage you too much if you like the look of it. Just expect to kind of need to work at it. Alright, so Urban Trial Tricky is back on the list, and like the previous entry in this series, the price on this one just continues to drop. When this team discounts, they just get aggressive, that is for sure, and now it is 80% off. Switching things out here in this entry though, they drop the Trails influence and they go for something that would actually probably be closer to think Tony Hawk. You find yourself in almost an arena and you can swing your bike left to right as you please. The idea though, just pull off as many tricks as possible, driving up a high score. It does get a little repetitive honestly, but for pick up and play moments you will absolutely get your money's worth. Shu then is a chilled platformer with a huge 70% off, and while it's not going to compete with some of the classics available on the Switch, it's still a very good option with a stunning visual style. Here though, you'll find 10 recruitable characters, and the idea is your village has been destroyed and you're now out to survive. On this journey though, you'll cross paths with others that did survive the incident, and they will grant you powers and abilities to face the road ahead. It's just the visuals and the music with this one, they just absolutely nail it. Even if you don't pick up the game, at least check out the score, it is pretty special. Alright, so a bit of an out there option now, but deep diving adventures. I actually picked this up on sale myself a good 6 months back now, didn't expect a lot from it, and I've actually really enjoyed it. I haven't actually beaten it though, but I play it for like 10 minutes here and there. It's a little different, so I wanted to give it a shout out. Plus it's a new all-time low as well with 85% off. While there is the occasional bit of tension here, it's more a first-person underwater adventure collectathon. As you move from location to location, you investigate and you get your dive on. It was a nice surprise though, the visuals are surprisingly good as well, and then there's some seriously unique environments to kind of explore. Puzzle fans now, Down in Bermuda is a game I reviewed here recently on the channel, starting off life as an Apple Arcade experience. It's just great to see this hit the Switch because really liked it. The idea is this: you crash landed here some 30 years ago. After that many years, understandably, you've got a little bit restless, so now you set out to escape. thanks to some handy portals that transport you from island to island. That is, of course, if you can unlock them. I played mostly docked myself as I obviously had to record the footage, but it's best experienced handheld where it makes full use of the touchscreen functionality, whether that's finding the hidden orbs scattered all around this world or figuring out puzzles as you move the pieces on screen. But yeah, look, 60% off, I think it's well worth it. And then the isometric visuals, they're simple but seriously nice to look at. Alright, so my pickups of the week then, and I'm actually grabbing two. So first game is Woven. This seems to be all the talk over on Twitter, honestly, right now, with at least this week's deals, and I've seen a fair few people singing its praise. It's an adventure puzzle platformer, and you play as Stuffy, who can switch out body parts to overcome obstacles. It's a little weird, that is for sure, but the 3D visuals, they look solid, and it's just so cheap. I don't think I'm going to be too disappointed if it turns out it's not one for me. You know, it is 90% off. I'm just curious now to see how the whole like body part swapping customization all works, and what's with the kind of kiddie visual presentation. Is this one meant for adults, or is it going to be for that younger audience? Then I'm grabbing Even the Ocean. This one tells the story of a power plant technician who finds our world turned upside down after a routine maintenance inspection goes wrong. Now you must take on some sort of menace. Offering story only or gameplay only modes too, I believe this one has an environmental message around its story, and you'll be using different energies to overcome the landscape. I'm a big fan of the old school pixel style this one has, so I'm excited to jump in, and while it's not a huge discount with 35% off, it was enough to tempt me in. So our penultimate game of the week then, it's an FMV Light Shift. I want to shout this one out as Wales Interactive. They have a new one coming in like later this month called I Saw Black Clouds. Looks very cool. Maybe though you don't know if the genre is for you. You know, interactive movies, they're definitely not for everyone. But this may actually be a good option, a good one to give it a shot with 50% off. This one, it's a crime thriller set in London, and you'll be calling the shots with over 180 decisions to make. These experiences, they're especially fun with friends or family, where you can kind of all get around a TV and just scream at it as you try to make your decision of what to do next. The final game of the week then, and I was feeling like a classic, I'm going obvious this week, so Final Fantasy VII. If you own a PlayStation, the new remake is actually on PS Plus right now, and I was actually playing it relatively recently, but there's never a bad time to revisit the original. This one just holds some serious childhood memories for me personally. You know, 1997, I was 11 years old, my dad sat with me, helped me get through this one, and yeah, I think it was the first time I ever saw a game on the system with like 3 discs. The incredible story though of Cloud and Avalanche taking on the Shinra company, who they've like monopolized the planet's life force. It shows its age visually, but it does not detract from the incredible game that it is. And that's it, another week down. Bit of a shorter week this week, but some deals I really do like. Forgotton Anne, for one, it tends to go on sale maybe a couple of times, and we don't see it again for like 4 or 5 months. And then there's some new ones too. Think Party Art down in Bermuda. And now I need to dive into Even the Ocean myself and see whether it's going to be worthy of a recommendation in the future. With that though, a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. If you do want to check that out for yourself, I have linked it in the video description down below. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch. As much as we all do here, join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.